Good morning or afternoon, evening, or good night, wherever you're at. I am down at the flower farm and I'm getting ready to, I found some berries. So I'm getting ready to plant said berries. I've been thinking about where I might want them. So I'm down, let's see if I can get you some orientation. So right back behind me there is the driveway, and where the flower farm was right down there. That's where we have the original rows. So all of these these trees were cut down to make the pumpkin patch. And then there's a little rise in the orchard, and that puts you over on this side. So it's a big triangle. It goes way back here. If you watched my earlier ones, that's me mowing all of this 50 million acreages. Excuse me as I taste my tea. This is my emotional support tea, and I'll tell you, if you suffer from, any weird bronchitis-y, allergies, any of that stuff, you may want to look into this that I'm drinking. So it grows wild here. It's mullein. And I've been harvesting it, cleaning it really good, and then letting it dry and using it for tea, along with olive leaf, which my aunt a long time ago got me started on that. Olive leaf and echinacea leaf, because that's what I have. You can do echinacea blossom or leaf. But check it out. Go look into it and see if that might be something you're into. I'm super big into teas, and that's part of what's going to end up going out in this area is stuff for teas. So some of the things that we got, like the berries, they're also used medicinally. Raspberry leaf, blackberry leaf are all great in teas. People use them for all kinds of herbal remedies. So I'm pretty stoked to put those in here because I had raspberries once upon a time, and they actually did pretty good even down at the house. But they're going to love it here. It's good. The soil's amazing, so that's great. I also scored 3 peach trees. So I am one to go kind of snoop around at grocery outlet from time to time. And every once in a while you find some soups good deals. So I found these peach trees were like $30, and I think they're going for like $96 to $100 a tree right now. I mean, if you're finding them for better than that in my area, please let me know, because I'm not. So I snagged 3, and I'm going to put them over by the magic peach tree that we have there, the wild one that sprouted from the base. You probably saw that in some of our videos too. And kind of make a little fruit orchard there with just some smaller sized trees, some peaches, some maybe dwarf citrus, some of the citrus I already have, and just kind of make a little area that's yummy fruit trees that can, go out and gather. So I'm going to, in addition to that, I take it back. I've got some more things. There's some borage in there, and I got a 6-pack of kale. I'm going to plant it over at the flower farm, not necessarily for the kale harvest. It's to see how badly they're punished by the bunnies, because literally the other night, I think there was 30 different videos from the game cam that popped up overnight of the bunnies. So they're having conventions prior to Easter is how we refer to it. But one of them had 6 bunnies just in the driveway where the camera got it. So I'm a little bit worried about traditional veggie plants that bunnies seem to like, about how they're going to function down here. I might need to put in some things in place to either keep the bunnies out of those things, or to make little things that scare them away. They have motion detector lights and stuff, and they tend to run away from that. But I don't know if that's a long-time deterrent. If there's any experts out there about this, let me know, because we do have a lot of bunnies, and I don't want to hurt them, so I'm not going to trap them or poison them or anything like that. I just don't want them to eat my veggies. So anyway, I'm gonna start, I think, with putting some of the berries in the ground right here. I thought the nicest spot would be right here, because for our wild blackberry picking experience that we host in July, when the wild blackberries are ready, it's basically, this berry patch is just at the end of it. So these will probably be ready before those ones, I assume. I think raspberries are a little earlier. I don't, it's been a long time. I don't know if I even know or remember anymore. But I thought it would be nice just to be able to say, just go down the row. Once you get past the blackberries, that's where the patch is. And I'm going to plant them without even putting like the posts for supports. I think we'll do the support just like we did before, which was we put in T-posts and then just put wire on them and then grew them up the wire, and it worked great because we have a ton of extra, you know, like fencing wire. There's a lot of old stuff out here, so I can even paint it a cute little color if I want or something like that, just for fun. And that gets us along for now, because it's not like we're, you know, super big guys who are uber producing or anything like that. This is more so that we have berries, so that we can offer you pick berries, and for the fun of it. So it'll be small, and I got a bunch of different varieties, so I'll kind of walk through those varieties almost vlog style, so that I have that for my records, because I feel like that happens a lot, that I'm like, I don't know what this is. And it's because I don't tag things. And here, funny thing, I didn't bring down tags, so I guess the video will be our insurance. That'll be our insurance, so we know what's what, because it's a bunch of different kinds. I don't know how different they are from each other. There's like a Jewel and a Latham and I don't know, different ones. But let's get with the berry planting, because it's already getting a little bit warm. We're in a little warm spot right now. It's supposed to be like 70s today, and then I think again tomorrow, and then by like Saturday and Sunday it's kind of dropping back down, and we're getting back into like the 60s. So I thought, well, now would be a good time. Let them get in there, let them get their roots wiggling around. I do have to bring water down, because I'm not turning. I turned on the watering system the other day just to give everything a little bit of drink that was there, and it cost us $50. And I literally turned on the pump, drove over to the flower farm, saw that a bunch of the water was squirting, went right back and turned it off. So we definitely are working on how to have a more cost-efficient watering system, because right now that is absolutely not going to be a thing. Anyway, I think honestly it's the startup cost, if I think I remember. So the well stuff is complicated because we're still learning, but I think it's the initial like startup that takes all the energy, and then after that it just is. So I don't really know. We'll see. That being said, let's go get to work. Okay, real quick, I was super stoked too. Speaking of grocery outlet, I found a couple of these bad boys at grocery outlet for like half their normal price. So I was totally thrilled by that. So I brought those down so I could leave them down here and we can put them together this weekend. But these will be great for our pumpkin patch and just for general use down here, because you know, you can always use a good cart, but that's, you know, it's a pretty good brand. So I was stoked about that. It is really a very beautiful day down here, but I just wanted to show we're barely at just the beginning of March, and look at this grass. This grass is almost knee height, which, I mean, you all know I'm not very tall, but still, I guess I'm going to be needing to get down here and start some mowing, because it is shagadelic, and I kind of want to like hit it before it's too crazy. So I guess that's going to be an imminent future video, but let's do some berry planting. Alrighty, so here's what we ended up with. I got 4 of these packs that are on sale currently at Lowe's. They have altogether, it's a Jewel, a Purple Royalty, Arapaho Thornless, I don't know how to say that, Wachita Thornless probably, Blackberry Ebony King, Latham Red, a Brandy Wine, and a Red Amity. So I also had purchased these. There's 3 Latham Reds, 2 of the Jewel Black Raspberries, and 2 more of the Brandy Wine. So altogether, I only have multiples of a few. So it'll be kind of a fun test. But I mean, if you know, you know. With these guys, oh no, that broke off. I can probably still break that off and grow it. I'm gonna plant it, see what happens. I'll take it home with me. Anyway, these tend to grow themselves. The ones I had, you could either let them layer or let them do their own shoots, and then they spread. So it is what it is. It'll be a nice little mixture. But I'm just gonna start kind of digging a hole along here, you know, holes along here, plugging them in the dirt. It's not gonna be anything fancy. Let's do it. So just as a note, that bit that fell off was from the raspberry Latham. So I don't know if Latham and raspberry Latham are the same thing. I think it means Latham Red. So just so we know when I grow that other one, if I do, we'll see if it goes. All right, let's start digging. What do we got here? I'm kind of curious whether these will be wet enough to let me. Actually, God, this dirt is so good. Hi, Luke. It just, oh my gosh. You don't even, it doesn't even fight you. It's so different than what I'm used to. Okay, what do we start with? Maybe one of these bags. It's already here. So this is a brandy wine. Has a little zip tie on it. Ooh, there we go. I'm curious to see what we'll find in this bag. There is quite a bit of soil there to it. Let's open it up and see what we got. So it looks like it was grown in a paper sleeve. Whoa, falling all over the place here. Oh, you're checking it out oh, thank you. Thank you for your help. So there's a little paper sleeve. You probably could just plant that. It's got a kind of a waxy finish though. So I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna pull it off. Broke off the bottom. And I'm just gonna put it in the ground, just like it is. Not bad. Oh, that dirt is so beautiful. Oh my goodness. All right. First one's in the ground. Oh, there's some root there. Uh-oh. Maybe I'll lay it sideways. Oh, okay, so it's not in the ground. I'm gonna uproot it, and I'm gonna go like this. Mostly because I want to see those roots that are already there. Try to get as much contact with the dirt as possible. So that'll still be fine. It'll grow up fine and straight after that, or even if it doesn't matter because it's a berry vine. All right, let's get busy. All in. Not the straightest of the rows, doesn't really matter. I think actually the least straight thing is the bags, but I set the bags that they came in so I could note what they were. So the farthest back here is the blackberry Wachita. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Blackberry Ebony King, Blackberry Arapaho, and then there's 3 brandy wines before it goes into 3 black jewels. Those are black raspberries. And then you've got raspberry red amity, purple royalty, and then the Latham. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those. So we are looking forward to having some yummy raspberries in our very, very close future. I can't even believe it. They're all in. That is so awesome. I struggled a little bit because I should have brought a knife for the packaging. They had a zip tie, so I had to like wiggle things out of the zip tie, then pull the zip tie along the plant and then off, and then rip the bag, which if I had a little knife probably would have been easier. But let's go plant these peach trees. Here we go. All right, so I'm driving the whole car over to the peach patch, and here's what's I think going to be the challenge is I'm not sure if I can identify it in the off season. The dogs are running out in front of me as well. Oh, they're over the side now. Okay. So I know that it's somewhere around the big oak trees. So we're gonna kind of head that way. Oh no, I see it already. It looks totally different than the others. My bad. Okay. So let's get this around the corner and we'll park it and I'll drag the trees over there and you can see. Oh my God, I think it's blossoming already. Let's go look. Okay, so we're over here. I knew, hello hon, I knew they were over by these big oak trees. So I was kind of looking, but it's very obvious. Here, I'll wait till we get closer. Are you giving me the chore, hon? Yeah? Your brother's over there too. Oh, it is starting to blossom. Would you look at that? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Look. Oh boy. They are the cutest little pink blossoms. Oh, and it's covered. Do you see the peach tree? It's covered, buddy. So I'm gonna lay these down here. Okay, I set down the other peach trees, but look at how many blossoms. So this is so interesting. It looks like we probably need to prune it up a bit. But so, yeah, see, it has to be what I assumed, that this is on a peach root base. This part here doesn't look super healthy. It had some issues, but oh, this over here looks pretty good. So we'll see what happens this year that we're paying attention to it, how well it'll do. So the peach trees that I got, they don't even have a variety on them, but you can usually identify the variety by when they bloom. So let's take a look. This is the card that came with them. Let's see, 15 to 20, that's normal. Hardiness 6 to 9, that's us because we're 9. And they are self-fertile, so that's nice. Feed in the spring just before new growth occurs. So it actually says we should be feeding them now. So I'll get them planted, then we'll talk about that later. But it doesn't actually, oh wait, it does. Red Haven, and Red Haven. Okay, so we've got 3 Red Havens. My thought is just to kind of put them out here. There's all this space. I might go ahead and just fill in the blank right here because I've got 3, so I could do 1, 2, 3. What do you think, hon? Is that a good idea? All right, let's do it. I hiccuped, but let's do it. Voila, here we are. All right, we got 3 Red Haven peaches in. So a couple of little bits of business. So first of all, to plant them, I just followed the planting instructions that were on the package, which was dig a hole twice as wide as the root ball and just as deep as the length of the roots. And then gently remove the tree from wrapping and prune off any broken root pieces before placing in hole. Place tree in hole, let me start that over. Place tree and planting hole and backfill with native soil, taking care to keep root flare and any graft union above the final soil line. Tamp and firm soil around roots so they're completely covered. Tree should not wiggle. Add 1/2 inch of mulch or water slowly and thoroughly to soak through to the roots. So I'm gonna need to go grab the water bucket. I left it over there. But this one I was gonna show you, if you haven't seen, which a lot of us have, but if you haven't, if you're new to this, let me show you this real quick. Okay, so I wanted to show you this because I feel like it does a really good job of showing you what the graft union looks like. Man, it's a little, here, let's get it to focus. Must be too close. Here, there we go. Okay, anyway, so you can see this line that goes diagonal here. That's the graft union. So here's your base, and then this is the cyan that was added onto it, and they were grafted together to make a new Red Heaven peach. So I don't know what they used as bases, what their graft bases, but the top is Red Heaven peach, so they say. I guess we'll find out in a probably year or two. I don't know. I would doubt, we wouldn't want them to make fruit this year. These are going to get hacked, and then probably hacked again before we even let them try to probably make fruit year 3. So these are kind of, it was one of those things, it's a long-term investment. You know, you got it, you got to wait and you got to do it right, but they've got a lot of pruning before we do anything else with them. So that being said, I've got one more set of, I've got some African daisies and some borage in the car that I was going to go put at the flower farm. So let's go get those in real quick, and then we can go in for lunch. All right, so we're just gonna go down the aisle and around the corner. Man, these trees, I think they really grew. They're out here in the aisle where they're trying to run into me here. Oh my gosh, I can see the little, I don't know if you can see it right there. That's Eric's little dinosaur. It looks like it fell over. The dogs are like, where are you going? All right, so we're gonna swing back around the corner here, past the, where we just planted our berries. I'm gonna bring some water back over to them, and I'm gonna grab tags. I don't know if you're able to see it. You can kind of see it out the window there. There they are. All right, so we're gonna go down here and then back in that direction over to the flower farm and get some of these in. So I found these osteos, and they are cute little colors. Osteos are African daisies. They are perennial. I use them in my spring bouquets because they have an incredible vase life. There's some with some gorgeous colors. So they're not just a bedding plant, they actually are pretty good in a vase. So I've got some of those to go down here as perennials, and that'll help kind of get our spring flower farm going a little bit better. I'm just gonna park right here. Try not to run over my silly dogs. Hello, dogs. You don't know where I'm going, do you, silly boy? So here's what we're looking at. I got some borage, which I absolutely realized means once I release this into the wild out here, I'll never get rid of it. That's okay. These are my little trap kales, just to see how they do with the bunnies. And then these are some of those cute osteos. Look at that beautiful daisy form. And the yellow, the white, and then this orange. There's 2 whites, a yellow, and 2 of the oranges. And I'll probably get a bunch of other colors too. This just happened to me. I found these and they were a pretty good deal. Also probably grocery outlet. Look at those colors. So I'll probably need to cut the blossoms, at least some of the blossoms off. I don't know. I planned on in the past to not cut the blossoms off, and they're fine. So I'm gonna go just plug these in, and then we'll see how they do. We gotta get them everything watered after that. Okay, so here is where our trap kale went. Just here next to these little scabiosas. This is in row 1 where we just planted the little willows. You can kind of see just that little hint of yellow sticking there. And then bloop, 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 all the way down is where the willows are. I put these here mostly because over there, you can see way in the distance, that's where the game cam is. So I'm hoping that the game cam, I might move the bike just to make sure the game cam can see this area so I can see what's over here nibbling at it. But I'm pretty sure if it happens, it's going to be bunnies, and I'm pretty sure it's going to happen. But, you know, got to do due diligence. Alrighty, there's our borages. I just nestled them. Nestled. The word is nestled. I nestled them all in between these sea hollies here and the irises there. And you'll see what's left of the zinnias. Because we are pollinator friendly, we leave the debris up through when our good guys would be pupating, and then we'll take them down later. So let's go look at what else we've put in. I decided on this little spot for the osteos. They're just down the borage are down there, and they are just down the row from it. These will be perennial, so they will keep coming back. They will fill in that little spot that they're in. I might just do that with a bunch of this, because on the other side is the sea hollies, which they're supposed to get really big, like the size of those big probably. They're not looking like they are. I don't know if they may not like how rich the soil is. But anyway, they're looking really cute. I'm going to come back and trim the flowers off and give them a good watering, and they'll be much happier. All right, so I feel like I got a lot done. I'm getting a little hot and sweaty, which is great. I think I probably got a sunburn, which is not great. I'm going to pick up my tools here, and then I'm going to go give everything a water. And then I'm going to go have a lunch break. Thanks for joining me as we get some of these good, fun, like cool, permanent features put into the farm. I can't believe it's year 2. It just seems totally bizarre that this time last year, there was nothing here at all. And we've got as much as we do, and we're putting in more. So thank you for continuing to watch us and support us. Please share our stuff and ask other people to subscribe and follow us so we can get paid for our content someday, because it is a lot of work to do this extra filming bit. There's a lot of extra logistical things. So make sure you're doing that kind of, share thing and support thing. We love it when people subscribe, and then please comment and, ask questions, all that stuff. We need that interaction. That's pretty cool. Lets me know that you're out there. Are you out there? Let us know. Watch us grow.